My first experience happened at my grandparents' house. Their place was located in Upper Fruitland, about 15 minutes outside of Farmington, but on the reservation. I spent the night because my cousins were living there at that point in time. It was a pretty casual night, just us being kids. We were up pretty late playing games on their Nintendo 64, not even knowing I was about to have the crap scared out of me. Not literally, though. I remember we started to burn out, so we decided to watch TV in the living room and get ready to go to bed. I'd say it was around 2 a.m., close to 3. Scooby-Doo was coming up next on Boomerang. I'm sitting on the couch looking at the TV, and next, I saw someone standing in front of the window that was next to the TV. Where this thing was standing, it cast a perfect shadow. The shadow from it was perfect because the way the porch light was set up. You could see the outline perfect. Ears from what it had, over its head, a pointy snout, like a dog or something. As this thing hunched over, overlooking, as if it was trying to peer inside the window, you could see a necklace dangle from the neck. The necklace had sharp pointy teeth on it, and the outline of this person's face I will never forget. I got all of this from the shadow it cast outside the window. I noped out of there real quick. My cousins both came in running behind us. My cousins both came running behind me and asked why I ran. I explained to them what I saw, all while my knees were shaking and me trying not to cry in front of them. After that experience, though, I believed in all the stories I heard. I know that they are real, and if nobody believes me, I don't care. I'll never forget how this moment made me feel. This happened in midwinter, so about early January, my cousin and I were out in the woods playing. Mind you, we were between the ages of 6 and 7 at the time, and we stumbled across a carcass. Now this carcass was of a robin bird freshly killed, but the way it was killed was unlike anything neither him nor I have seen before. Now, up until this point, I had been hunting with my dad every year since I was about 4 years old, and I had seen the dead bird and eaten carcasses before. It was torn in two, one half not too far away from the other, as its entrails had been eaten, but not anything else. It didn't look very conventional to me. Now, we get back to playing and notice other oddities in the small patch of woods we were in. The hill next to his barn was steep and snow-covered, but every so often there were patches of bird feathers, almost ritualistically plotted, all around to mark something. Maybe a territorial boundary, I assume. But anyway, further down this small trail that led to the road uphill, we suddenly see what I can only describe as a humanoid. It was thin and brown. It was hairless, and its eyes were soulless. It had deep, dark pools for eyes like craters in its face, and was built so wrong. Its arms were ungodly long. It was slim to a point to where you could see every bone. Now at this point, being the tough guy I and my cousins thought we were, we began to yell and throw our hands as we charged it. It was gone in a matter of seconds, bolting into the tree line, past the road, and gone to the other side. After this, my cousin and I ran inside and almost began to cry, questioning what the heck it is that we just experienced. The story doesn't quite end there, though. Fast forward to 2016. My cousin is in the living room and he's watching TV. The dog had to go out for a dump or something like that, so we let it out and watched her. That's when this thing makes itself known. In the tree line, it leers up and looks dead at him. But when it noticed the rushing dog coming up at it, barking, it hunched over and froze. The dog stopped suddenly right in front of it and began to sniff, clearly confused. Soon enough, the dog walked off, used the bathroom, and went back inside. This thing glanced at my cousin one more time and walked off. And Mike and I had only one more experience like this since, and that was when he was with his girlfriend. They were about to get down and dirty in his car in a big patch of secluded woods by the house when suddenly he heard a noise. He said it was similar to a bear, but with a more human tone to it. After hearing this, they haul ass back to the car, and ever since then, he refused to go back. After having an in-depth conversation with him, recollecting all this information, we agreed to try and hunt a skinwalker, or something. Take my story as you will, but I just want to ask you guys, what the heck did we see? What the heck is stalking the rural woods of New Hampshire to such an extent? Mind you, when I saw this thing it was about the size of myself, a 7-year-old. When my cousin saw it, he said it was much larger, yet it retained the hairless and skinny physique. Whatever this thing is, it's intelligent, ritualistic, and cunning. I'm just curious to find out if it was a skinwalker,